Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. This one we're talking about the WNBA for Wednesday, August 28th. We have 4 picks in the video for you to consider, so stay tuned to hear all 4 of the picks. If you guys want more picks, I do post more in the private Discord along with a bunch of other cappers. You can see yesterday I went 8-1 in my channel on picks, mixture of MLB and WNBA, so let's keep it going in this one. You can see a nice underdog slip here that hit, some WNBA picks here that hit, and some more MLB. Another one of our cappers posted just 2 WNBA picks and hit in his channel. And we also had another capper over here, Jordan, hit an MLB slip in just the few picks that he gave away. So definitely check it out. You can use code MLB right now to get 20% off until the NFL season starts. That code will be good, so take advantage of it now. Get in there. Get more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers. Also, over the weekend, overall, we went 12-2 in the private Discord. So definitely take advantage of that 20% off code. Get those picks from me, plus other cappers in there in all sports. We're also excited about the NFL season coming up. But let's get into this one. For the first pick here, I'm going to go with Britney Sykes on her points plus the rebounds here against Chicago. Gets a good matchup. She's been playing a lot better in these last few games here. Hasn't played that much overall this season, but I think it's pretty encouraging how she's been playing as of late for Washington. So I'm going to go to her. I think she's in a good spot here and a pretty favorable line for her as well. If you guys haven't used Outlier yet, I do think it's one of the best tools that you can use for player prop research, and I play every day, so I use this a ton. If you want to check them out, they do have a free trial with the link down below. You can use them, but let's look at Sykes here over on 21.5. On the season, just 3 of 8 games she's hit this, but the last two, 28-6 and then 20-6, absolutely smashed these lines in her last 2 games. And you can see the minutes down here have been trending up. So she played 29 in her first game, then 6, 14, 22, 23, 29, 31, and 29 in her last 3. So minutes definitely trending up. Her last 2 games played the most minutes she's played all season, and I think that's going to continue here, and she should be able to smash this line. Even in this game, she played 14 minutes. She still got to 21. I expect around 30 minutes again in this one for her. Cool thing you do on Outlier is we can look at games where she's just played 29 or more minutes. Then you can see this is a 75% hit rate, 3 of 4. And a couple of these she's absolutely smashed with 24, 34, and a 26. So definitely liking this spot for Sykes and this line here, so I'm going to go to her for the first pick in the video. For the second one, we're going to go to Wnba under on her points plus rebounds at 26.5 against the Liberty. She gets a tough matchup here and kind of a high line for how she's been playing as of late. You know, going to the under on her for this one. We could take a look at this one also on Outlier and see how she's been hitting this one this year. So on the season, absolutely was smashing it earlier in the year. I think she started her first 12 games hitting this. Her last 5, it's been a different story. She's gone 16, 24, 19, 19, 24. I think this line's just a little too high here in a tough matchup. You can see New York Liberty over here, 2nd in points allowed, 3rd in rebounds allowed, so they don't give up a lot of points or rebounds. And then we can look head-to-head for Wnba against the Liberty. In 5 games, she's gone... in 6 games, she's gone over in only 2. That last one had a huge rebounding game with 13, but the points definitely have been down as well for her. And then as we scroll down, we can see the minutes have been down for her as well. So she was playing some huge minutes, like mid to high 30s, and now a bunch of games around 30. Her last 3, 31, 25, and a 28, even in a close game. So the minutes trending down as well for Wnba. And I think this is just a high line for her to hit against the Liberty in a tough spot here. So I'm going to be taking the under for her. Another tool I use here is OddsJam. If you want to check them out, they have a free trial as well. But you can see Wnba here, the line at 26.5. Basically how it works is they take lines from sites like Prizepicks, Underdog, compare them to other sites. So FanDuel actually has this one at 25.5 and Bovada at 25.5. Same with Underdog here, and on Parlay Play, I believe that last one is. So you could see that one, and then you can also see right below Sykes is another one that I found from this site. But I like these ones because they're also backed up with some data that we saw on Outlier. So another tool I use, again, everything that I use linked down below. They have free trials, so check them out. definitely good for validation here that you're getting a good line compared to some other sports books. So great for line shopping and finding the value on OddsJam. We're going to go to here is Natasha Cloud, under on her points at 11.5. Cloud here, one of the higher lines I've seen for her on points all season, coming off a nice game, but I mean hasn't been hitting this one a ton. So I think just a high line for her here, and going to be taking the under. We could take a look at it on Outlier as well. The under on 11.5 has hit 57% of the time this year. You can see her last game coming off a game where she scored 18, a really good game, but the 3 before that, 4, 6, and 6 points. So definitely all over the place overall in the season. I mean, almost a 60% hit rate on the under. And the minutes definitely all over the place. Played 35 in the last game. Before that, under 30 for no reason. And 37, and then back to 30 again. 37 again, and then back under 30. So it's like every other game she's playing, around 30 or mid to high 30s. So very inconsistent minutes here. And I think definitely a high line for her. And considering some of her recent play, some outlier games, and then some really bad dud games here. And I'm used to seeing this line at 10.5 or 10. So I think we're taking the under on this one is some good value to take in this spot here for Cloud as well. For the next pick, we're taking another under on the points, Brianna Jones against Indiana. You might think a good matchup here for her, but has struggled against Indiana. And again, a high line for her on the points. I think looking at this one pretty early, we're seeing a lot of different lines compared to sportsbooks. Would be interested to see how these change come the morning. We might be getting some good deals here at night based on some of these high lines we've seen. But do know I do post these in the private Discord before the video comes out, so people in there can get in on these lines if you want to. But we'll see how some of these lines change. Now let's look into Brianna Jones here. So her under on 13.5 this season, 55% of her games have gone under. You also look at her last 5 games, 11, 12, 15, 12, and 12. So one game she's covered this. The other ones haven't been that close. She had to get to 14 in these and really just hasn't been scoring effectively. And Indiana might seem like a good matchup, but we can look head to head. And in the 3 games that she's played against them this year, she went for 8, 8, and 11. Last year she did have 19 on them and then 13 in the other game, but this season 3 pretty poor scoring games here, 8, 8, and 11. Not great. So I'm going to be going to the under on her. We've also seen the minutes kind of be all over the place. She played 34, 32. Last game, 25 for not really any reason. And before that was getting under 30 as well. So minutes all over the place. Don't really know what to expect from a minute standpoint from her or scoring. And since it's a 55% hit rate on the under and what she's doing as of late, and head-to-head against Indiana, I'm not liking this one. I think the line's too high. Again, going to be taking the under on her. All right, if you guys want more picks, I do post more in the private Discord, plus a bunch of other cappers in here. You can get in with the link down below. You can see it went 8-1 on Monday in my channel with a nice Underdog MLB slip hit. Hit my WNBA picks and some more MLB. We also have cappers in here. Bossman posted just 2 picks yesterday. Both hit on these picks he really liked. And until NFL season starts, we are still running that code MLB for 20% off. So you can get in there for a deal. Get in there before NFL season. We're hyped for it. Subscribe to the channel if you like the video, and we'll see you guys in the Discord.